Good morning, students. In today's lecture, we are going to start chapter 3, that is food and health. So, we need food to stay alive. This we know very well, that we need food to stay alive. We also know that it is very essential to eat a balanced diet for the proper development of our body, for the proper growth of our body, and even for the proper development of our mind also. So let us by studying this chapter enhance our knowledge regarding the food and the health. So firstly, let us study the components of the food. So as we know that food is very necessary for the survival of the living beings. It is made up of different components. Exactly. So these components are actually called as the nutrients. Food which is made up of different components, that components are called as the nutrients. There are total 5 main components from which the food is made up. These are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals. Let us now understand their functions and how we will get these components. What are exactly their sources? From where to get these components? Starting with the first component, which is carbohydrate. So carbohydrate exactly present in the food gives us energy. You are performing different activities every day. Whole day, a list of activities I can say you perform. So for all that activities you need a lot of energy. And even you are not tired, you are not feeling like today I don't want to do this activity, that activity. You are always full of energy. Have you ever thought how come it is possible? That is all possible because of the food which you are eating is containing the carbohydrates. The carbohydrate present in the food is actually giving you the energy to perform all these activities. Any of the activity, let it be playing or let it be the activity of more energy, then also you are having a tendency to perform that activity. Your body is not reluctant, it is not feeling like not performing the activity. This is all possible due to carbohydrates. Now from where you will find the carbohydrates? So carbohydrate is present in the cereals like rice, wheat, corn. It is present in the fruits, even in the potato, in the sugar. So specifically you are eating chapatis in your meal, that is giving you a lot of energy. Right, students? So from now onwards you should eat the chapati, you should include the chapati as a main ingredient instead of eating the junk food to have more energy. Next important component is fat. So if energy is provided by the carbohydrate, that much energy is not enough for our body. Our body needs more energy. It needs even the stock of energy. If sometimes by mistake or sometimes due to some tight schedule, if we have more works, and at that time if the energy of our body is exhausted, means from where you are going to arrange the new energy at that time. So the extra energy to the body is provided by the fat. Now fat is found in the oil, in the milk, in the butter, in the cheese, cream and dry fruits. That is why your mother is insisting you to drink milk every day. So students, are you drinking? If you are not drinking, then from today onwards, after learning this science chapter, you should start drinking milk every day. It is very good for your health, for your overall development of your body and even for the overall development of your mind. Right? That is why your mother is insisting you to drink the milk. Next important component is proteins. Now you are at the stage of the growth. Your body is growing. When you were younger, your height was less, your body weight was less. But as you reach up to this age, in 5th standard, you just compare yourself from the 1st standard to the 5th standard, your height, your weight, your mind, your activities, then if you compare, you will find that you were just developing. Your height was increasing, your weight was increasing, your body was developing, your mind was developing. So all this is due to the component protein. It is essential for the overall development of the body, for the muscle building also. Now it is found in the eggs, in the meat, fish, milk, cheese, and soya beans and pulses. That is why your mother is insisting you to eat pulses, to include a pulse dish in your diet every day. If you might have observed, your mother might be including any of the one pulse dish in your daily diet, because it is very essential for you, as it helps in your growth. Next important component is vitamins. Vitamins, they are needed in small amounts. They are actually for the normal functioning of the body, and also for protecting our body from the diseases. It is giving the tendency to fight against the disease. The tendency to our body is given by the vitamins. Now these vitamins, they are present in the green leafy vegetables and the fruits, right? So you should eat green leafy vegetables as a salad in your diet every day. Next is minerals. Minerals, there are various minerals which are required in our body, such as iron is there, calcium is there, iodine is there, phosphorus is there. These are also needed in the small amounts. They are actually needed for keeping our body healthy, right? So these minerals, they are present in the vegetables, fruits and milk. Thus, in addition to all these components, that is carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and mineral, in addition to all this, you have to take two more components. You have to include two more components in your diet. What are these? These are water and roughage. Now water, we have to drink adequate amount of water every day. On an average, 2.5 to 3 liters of the water every day. That is 8 to 10 glasses of water every day. You have to drink. That helps in the digestion. That keeps your body temperature low. That is, it maintains your body temperature. It helps in the digestion of the food. And even it helps your body to stay healthy. Thus, it is required even for the transportation of the components, like nutrients are there, oxygen is there, right? Thus, you should drink 8 to 10 glasses every day. That is 2.5 to 3 liters of water every day. Now, roughage is also one of the important component which must be included in the diet. It is actually undigested portion of the plant food, which includes mostly the fibers. It is important. It is largely present actually in the whole grains, and even it is present in the various fruits and vegetables. It is actually required for the good digestion, and it even prevents constipation, right? So these were different components of the food which we studied. So if you are taking all these components in your diet in a proper amount, then that diet will be called as a balanced diet. Balanced diet includes all the components of the food, all the nutrients like carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals, proteins, water and roughage. But in appropriate amount, in the right proportion it should be taken. So this diet will be called as balanced diet. It is very, very, very important for the proper growth and the proper development of your mind and the body. So you should take balanced diet every day. So students, from now kindly listen, those who are not taking the balanced diet, if you are taking only few of the nutrients and if you are escaping from the other nutrients, please start taking all the nutrients in your diet. Start including, but in the appropriate amount. Any of the nutrients should not increase its level. Now you will ask, ma'am, how to know which nutrient will be taken in what amount, right? So this is a good question which is coming in your mind, that which nutrient you have to take in what amount. Suppose you are eating more fat, suppose you should eat more protein, but you are eating more fat, right? So like this, each and every nutrient, it is having an appropriate amount as per what you are doing. So here are some examples which I want to explain. Based on this example, you will understand which category of the person should take which food in what amount, right? This amount of the food actually depends on the age also. In what age you are, according to that you have to take the amount of the nutrient, right? Suppose if you are a child, right, so you have to take more protein rich food because you are at the stage of the growth. Now suppose if you are your age is young, right, that is you are an adult, right? At that time you have to take the food which is containing more carbohydrates, right? Because at that time you are at the stage of the work, right? So for working you need more and more energy, so that is dependent, that energy you will be getting from the carbohydrates only, right? Thus for the amount of the food, one of the factor which depend is the age, right? So here are some examples which I am explaining. Based on these examples you will understand that which kind of person have to take how much amount of the food. Now suppose a person who does not have more physical work to do, right, is an adult, but it is not but he is not having more physical work to do, then he has to take the carbohydrate but not in more amount. He has to take carbohydrate in less amount, that is the required amount. But a person is there who is having more physical work, like an athlete is there, who is always, or a labor is there, who is always doing the physical work, whose body is always engaged in some physical work which requires more and more energy. So that person has to take more and more amount of carbohydrate, right? But a person who is not doing the physical work, is simply sitting in the office and doing the work of in the front of the computer, so that person has to take the less carbohydrate. That person need not to take carbohydrate in more amount, because that is not required. That particular person is sitting in the office and doing the work. He is not doing any physical work of lifting or of any work which is requiring more energy, right? The other example is a child is there who is growing, child of your age who is growing. So that particular child will need a more protein rich diet, because it will help in the overall development of the body also and the overall development of the mind also. Now an adult is there who is working the whole day but is thin, right? So he'll require the diet which is having the fat in the less amount plus carbohydrate for the energy, right? Now some elderly people is there, right? Elderly people, such that he is doing moderate exercises and he is having moderate work also, not much work he is having, then he has to take a very low fat diet, but the diet should contain the high fiber, that is more amount of the vitamins and minerals. So this is actually what we can say, that the components of the balanced diet should be taken in the appropriate amount. This amount is decided by the work, by what work the person is doing, and also by the age of the person. Depending on the amount of the work and depending on the age, one can decide how much nutrient you have to take, you have to include in your diet. Now in the next lecture we will continue with the importance of the eating a balanced diet, and even we will study the adverse effects of the junk food. Thank you.